So Donald called the invasion of Ukraine a Holocaust. It's a genocide. That's, Candace Owens, lodestar. Matt Taibbi used the word lodestar. I was like, I still don't even know what that is.
Pop culture, I want to talk about Zelenskyy at the Grammys because I just cannot take this seriously anymore. So Zelenskyy, he's under fire. He's surviving 32,000 assassination attempts a day. He makes a lot of time to do press for someone who, I would think that you wouldn't want to attach yourself to the internet too much if you were facing assassination attempts every day. We don't know where he is. We know he's in front of a green screen and he's speaking to the Grammys. So let's cut to a video of that.
Here to introduce a very special performance led by John Legend is the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelenskyy.
The word, what's more opposite to music? The silence of ruined cities and killed people. Our children draw swooping rockets, not shooting stars. Over 400 children have been injured and 153 children died. To all our cities, the war is destroying. Chernihiv, Kharkiv, Volnovakha, Mariupol, and others. They are legends already, but I have a dream of them living and free, like you on the Grammy stage.
So I kind of... Will T. Scott, he ran for governor in Kentucky a couple years ago. Will T. Scott ran for governor, but the newspapers, they don't cover anybody unless they have, unless the person's already a rich person or is already in government. So if you're just a regular citizen, you're not going to get asked any goddamn questions whatsoever. So on the Nader campaign, I was told by one of the, campaigners that's actually the fun part of it, right? You got to figure out what the gimmick is. You got to get the gimmick and then get the people and then get the... So if you're not able to get the media, what do you have to do in order to get the media's attention? Will T. Scott, like I said, he ran for governor as a Republican in the Republican primary, and he jumped out of a plane. He parachuted out of a plane for the fuck of it. For the absolute fuck of it. But this is an old ass man running for governor. You're not asking him any goddamn questions. He jumped out of a fucking plane. Well, now he's got, front page coverage. Will T. Scott jumps out of a goddamn plane. So, why don't you ask America how come serious issues? It almost reminds me of a Bill Burr joke. All Candace Owens has to do is just complain and somebody will listen to her. So she doesn't understand that, when you got just murder after murder, 40,000 people? 40,000 people have been fucking killed. 20 killed in Yahidny, Berdyansk. It's still occupied. Mykolaiv, 12 killed in a government building. 7 missiles were, Mariupol's leveled. Apparently they deported 15,000 civilians to Russia on buses. There are rockets in Dnipro and Kyiv and Odessa. Kherson's occupied. There's real fucking atrocities. There's actual atrocities that's happening in Ukraine. One video that the pregnant woman, she was, they're carrying her out on a stretcher and she was pale. She was white as a ghost. She was dead already and she knew it. And they tried to save her baby. They couldn't save her baby. And then once the baby died, she was basically dead already. And she was like, just fucking kill me, will you? Just fucking kill me. But that picture, she's on a stretcher. And they blurred out underneath her stomach. You could still see that she's pregnant. She still has that, pregnant belly. But beneath her is all blurred out because it's just a bloody fucking mess. It's just a bloody fucking mess. And what the newspaper said was that her hips had been blown to pieces. Had been blown to bits or some shit. So yeah, imagine sitting in a fucking building thinking about your little 8-month-old baby that's about to be born in a month. And then all of a sudden a fucking missile strike. And now you have the lower half of you's gone. You don't know what the fuck just happened. Motherfuckers want to act like you're against imperialism. I think y'all getting paid by Russia today a little too much. This is imperialism. Would it be better if China was fucking doing it? Would it be better if goddamn India was doing it? Would it be better if Poland was doing it? Would it be better if goddamn Nigeria was doing it? Would it be better if Bolivia was doing it? I don't give a fuck who the fuck is bombing goddamn Ukraine. Who the fuck is killing all these goddamn civilians? That's terrorism. Don't we have a war on terror? The fuck?
The citizens of Ukraine, but just how this just doesn't look real. Like, this just looks like a Hollywood script to me. Everything about this guy, also a part of it, he actually is an actor, and played the role of acting like a president. I cannot imagine the prime.
He's actually an actor. Oh my God. Me as a Republican, I can never think of a person in America who was an actor that rose to the level of presidency. What did Christopher Lloyd say? Ronald Reagan, the actor? And who's the vice president? Hello, ladies. Some fucking, like, comedian. Anyways, I also saw an old couple who didn't stop at the stop sign, stopped right here, and then barely went, but saw the Russian tanks going by. The Russian tank stopped, turned around, came straight at it, pow, pow, shot it twice. 2 shots in the dark now, 2 old people's dead. And then they showed the video up close of it, and it, hopefully the second shot made their pain a lot, hopefully it ended their suffering. But fuck, what if they just sat there and just burned and melted like napalm and shit? So you got a pregnant woman that got shot, her hips are blown the fuck off, old people that, got their heads blown the fuck off, and then a father and son, heart-wrenching, heartbreaking shit. They were just driving, and the son's like, slow down. I guess they found the footage later because I heard that they both were killed. But even if they, both weren't killed, one was shot, and we saw him on camera that was shot. And we're told that the father was, eventually going to die. The father says, why don't you go ahead and kill me now? And the son is like, oh, Papa, I can't do that. No, Papa. He's, crying about it because the father, it seemed like, are you dead? Because he got shot, but then he kind of just lifts up and seemed like happy and jovial. And I know people like this. It kind of makes me think of, in New Mexico, there's this big fat father who was just being pissy and shitty. And he had a knife in his hands. And when the police officer opened the door, the guy was like, hey! And it was like, well, I thought you was, an intruder or some shit like that. And then he just kept on, like, kind of chasing them, but, like, jokingly chasing them. Like, I got a gun. You brought a knife to a gunfight. You're going to die. They did shoot that fucking guy. They didn't have to. This guy was just driving in a car with his son, and fucking Russian tanks, pew, 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 pew. And the bullets, it doesn't seem like it's not like a 9mm bullet, it's motherfucking like cannon bullets. Because it's just like going through the cars, you could hear it whiz, but fucking fuck. And they were just civilians. It was a father and son. They weren't military at all. All of them are civilians. Old people were civilians. The woman that was pregnant was civilians. I guess the fetus, right?
Prioritization process that went on behind the scenes when they said, hey, you got a request to be at the American Grammys. And at the same time that he's telling us that we need to suit up our sons and our daughters so we can march into World War III, he makes time to make an appearance at the Grammys and read from a teleprompter. I mean, am I crazy or is this insane? Well, of course, usual disclaimer, what's happening in Ukraine is awful, solidarity with Ukrainian people, etc., etc. Flag. But I'm like you, I'm kind of starting to resent...
Hey, solidarity with the Jewish people and the trade unionists and the communists and the gypsies, solidarity, just solidarity with everybody. What's going on? How come there's light now there's not light? What the hell? Huh? So let's just. Do I want to keep doing this to myself? No, I don't. I can't. No. All right.
Why don't you send the Taliban? They've got all our weapons anyways. Exactly. You know what I mean? Send the Taliban. On behalf of America, send the Taliban. They've got billions of dollars of American weapons. Them and Adam Kinzinger. Just go ahead. Yeah. If you're like most people, there's a box of your family's treasured home movies and photos tucked in a closet that you've been meaning to preserve. These irreplaceable heirlooms are degrading, plus they're at risk of heat, mold, and fire.
Oh, that's why you're talking all that shit. You're just trying to make a dollar. Is that what?
Right, that's exactly right. And I have been saying that since long before Ukraine and Russia ever went to war. I've been saying that we have ceded the moral high ground, and it became very apparent when I believe it was NBC that was sitting down with Putin, and they started asking him questions about the way that he treats his political opponents, and Putin hit them back and said, "What about January 6th? You guys lock up political dissidents too." And I went, okay, he actually is making a valid point. Again, this was pre Russia-Ukrainian war, and this idea that he would make an appearance in front of Hollywood. I mean, that is so emblematic of everything that's wrong in this society. Why don't you make an appearance in front of the army, the people that are in the army? Why don't you make an appearance on the ground, people who you are asking to go over there and die? You want to go to Hollywood elites, none of them of which will be sending their sons or their daughters into this war, as they all make sad videos and poems, like Anna, what was her name, Annika McCord, who did a poem to Putin. I mean, that's all you're going to get from them, right? Dear Putin, this is not how you should be, and we feel very sad about what you're doing. We don't care about these people anymore, you know? Newsflash, Zelenskyy, like the actors and the Hollywood weirdos are no longer running this country. The American people are seeing right through them, and we have a right to talk about your corruption as much as we talk about Putin's corruption, as much as we talk about Biden's corruption. I'm on none of their sides.
She is an equal opportunity hater of everybody. No, you're in Putin's fucking pocket, you fucking prick. Jesus Christ, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If your neighbors are being raped by a gang of thieves and you don't do shit and they keep on and they, what? Well, you're going to be shocked when, motherfucker. So, political prisoners. Okay, she's going to say January 6th. Well, you got political prisoners. Well, he's making good points right there. What good points was he making about the... Well, Putin is making some good points. Oh, so you are a Putin stooge, Putin puppet against... I mean, do you even love America? Do you even give a shit if America lives and survives another goddamn day? As long as the Republican fucking party survives, isn't that all she gives a fuck about? Political prisoners, insurrection. Treason is like the only goddamn crime listed in the Constitution. You can't commit treason. You cannot overthrow the fucking government. You cannot overthrow the fucking government. You're not allowed to take guns, take weapons, and you're not allowed to burn down or murder or kill. You're not allowed to physically, violently overthrow the government. Now, we do have a tradition of revolution, and you have a right to revolution when the nation state... it's a right to self-defense. So when the nation state says this is, insufferable, this is too goddamn much, then the nation state can defend itself. So the right to revolution is a defensive measure. It's a defensive measure. When it comes to the U.S. Revolution, fuck this tyranny, fuck this oppression, right? When it came to the Civil War, fuck the tyranny, white supremacy, and the oppression, right? So, well, what am I trying to say when it comes to World War II? Fuck them Nazi motherfuckers. Treason is like the only fucking crime listed in the U.S. Constitution. So, Jesus Christ, fucking shit, Candace. Fucking shit, Candace. I mean, I don't know if you know about the golden rule. You're supposed to treat others the way you want to be treated. So, if you don't want people to, do the shit that is being done to Ukraine, right? Thou shalt not... rob, rape, hit, or kill. Thou shalt not abuse people. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not torture, arson, or enslave. The golden rules, you treat others the way you want to be treated. That's the ideal. Oh my goodness gracious. It doesn't just mean don't be bad. It means be good. It means be good. It means to... So, when it comes to political prisoners and violently overthrowing the goddamn government, that was treasonous as fuck. Oh, he didn't win the election by a landslide, but he said he did, and I goddamn him brainwashed like a motherfucker. And this the fucking president, so that motherfucker, nobody should even slightly consider. Mitt Romney. Fucking Mitt Romney is the goddamn leading Republican. Do not put, I liked when TYT would, blank out his face and shit. The media is still fucking riding on that motherfucker's name. I can't click on a single fucking video. What the fuck are you motherfuckers doing? It's like you're trying to... It's going to be a goddamn bloodbath this November. So every one of you motherfuckers posting Trump videos right up until the November. God damn. And that motherfucker says, first he was saying Putin is smart and savvy. That Putin, he's sure smart and savvy. Then he says it's a fucking genocide. It's a Holocaust. Both? Maybe he thinks that a genocide Holocaust is smart, savvy. Fucking piece of shit. So I don't know why the media doesn't, cover. I'm not for sure if anybody's even listening to me. But it's like you gotta do gimmicky shit, and it sucks. But that's why U.S. government and, pop culture are the exact opposite. Pop culture actually has to win us over. Pop culture actually has to produce the good fucking movies, produce the good, fucking jokes, the good music, jokes, movies, and all the culture, right? So they got to make us laugh. They've actually got to be successful. What they do has to work. U.S. government, who knows if it's working or not. It's conservative, it's consistent, but is it actually working for us? I mean, there's order, right? There's order, and it's working for somebody. So, and it's been working for somebody the whole time. Not for me, but like for somebody. There's a general peace. I guess there's like a Pax Romana, but that's order, right? Order, I say. Order. Anyways, what the fuck am I talking about? Candace. Fucking Oinkings. Jesus Christ.